One Zambia, One Nation. Welcome to Zanis News. My name is Nora Chimupi and my sign language interpreter is Jennifer Shalyonda. The headlines. The Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission has warned loan defaulters. Government intensifies efforts to promote environmental health. Plan International donates 700 desks. And Football Association of Zambia calls for development for youth football. The news in detail. Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC Public Relations and Communication Manager Michelo Mukata says the commission will not hesitate to institute legal procedures against loan beneficiaries that default and misapply the loan empowerment. Received from the commission, Sarah Miti reports that Mr. Mukata, who visited some beneficiaries on the Copperbelt province, says CEEC will not hesitate to close in on the businesses that decide to default on their loan obligations.
The Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, is conducting physical inspections on some businesses that they have funded on the Copperbelt to monitor the use of resources disbursed and encourage loan repayment. Some loan beneficiaries visited have, however, been found wanting. In Kalulushi, Copperbelt province, for instance, this business got an agriculture mechanization loan for the purchase of goats, but the goats are nowhere to be seen.
So this is the unfortunate side of citizen empowerment, where the Commission has supported citizens who are supposed to engage in various undertakings. And in this case, in Kalulushi district, this applicant should have undertaken a goat rearing project. However, by visiting the farm, we have found no goats. We haven't found any agricultural mechanization equipment, some implementation or some equipment to irrigate the farm should have been bought, but what we have found are burnt pipes. And upon further investigation, reaching out to the client, we have found that nothing really has been done. So it's quite possible that there was serious misapplication of funds here.
In Russia, the Cowboys millers were funded to produce milling meal, and a visit to the milling plant found no activity and the building unfit for the operations it's intended for.
The CEC will issue a demand notice to the client because already they are behind with their repayments, bearing in mind that the Commission is on an aggressive policy to recover what it has disbursed. A significant amount of money has been disbursed to this plant that should have been operational by now, but that is not the case because, among other factors, the recipient of the facility decided to use a model that is not sustainable. Aside from that, it has also come to us that there has been some misapplication of funds. So a demand notice to begin the process of recovering what we invested in this facility will be issued to the proprietor. And also, this should serve as a warning to other recipients of the facility that CEC barely asked, or rather, is only asking for you to commit to what you put in the application form.
Earlier, CEEC Director General Charles Mongole made an appeal to the Copperbelt and Northwestern Province Administration to work with the Commission to encourage loan repayment from beneficiaries in the provinces. Sarah Miti reporting for Zanis on the Copperbelt province.
Lusaka Province Minister Shil Muliata has commended the Joint Country Program for supplementing government efforts in the response to the drought. Ms. Muliata says government is responding to the drought situation through the multi-sectorial approach. She says the efforts by the Norwegian Church Aid and the Danish Church Aid are complementing government efforts. The minister said this when she flagged off the drought response program by the JCP in Lufunsa district. The program targets 250 households. Details in this report.
Lusaka Province Minister Sheo Muriata, who is also Lufunsa Member of Parliament, has flagged off the distribution of relief by the Norwegian Church Aid and the Danish Church Aid Joint Country Program in Lufunsa district. Ms. Muriata said government is responding to the drought situation through a multi-sectoral approach and thanked the Joint Country Program for supplementing government efforts.
As you are all aware, since the declaration of the drought as an emergency by the Republican President, His Excellency, Mr. Kainde Chilema, the Zambian government is responding to the drought situation through a multi-sectoral approach. Hence, you see partners such as the Norwegian Church and the Dutch Church Aid lending a helping hand.
Joint Country Program Acting Country Director Chenda Chikuye says a total investment of over 2 million kwacha is expected to be spent in the intervention.
On this occasion, we are delighted to be one of the first responders to the drought crisis in Rufunsa district to complement government efforts in alleviating the challenges of local people faced as a result. In addition to food assistance, the program will support wash interventions as well as group cash vouchers to support identified communities groups to boost agriculture production and contribute towards food security efforts. The total investment of about 2.2 million kwacha is expected in various support interventions to Lusaka province between now and December 2024.
Rufunsa District Commissioner Richard Magena and Chief Shikabeta have appreciated the intervention by Joint Country Program.
You have done a great job to come to give us this aid here, which I think I'm saying thank you very much. Let it be so.
Muno mushikabeta muchipto mumwanga muno ine niliwakondwera chimene bachita abantu bakwirizana pamozi na boma yake.
The Joint Country Program Emergency Drought Response will support 250 households in the remote villages of Chomba, Rubalashi in Chief Shikabeta Chiefdom and Chipekete in Mumpansha Chiefdom. Each of these households, which are not on any social protection program, will receive a 25 kg bag of mealie meal, 750 mils cooking oil, 500 grams salt, and 5 kg dry beans for the next 3 months. Musekiwa Ntembe reporting for Zanis in Rufunsa.
Still on agriculture, Chilanga Town Council Chairperson Champion Tembo says the local authority has prioritized farming and livelihood projects under the Constituency Development Fund (CDF). Mr. Tembo was speaking during the 9th District Agriculture and Commercial Show under the theme Creating a Competitive Future. More in the following report.
Chilanga District has held a successful 9th District Agriculture and Commercial Show, which attracted farmers and other business organizations from across the 12 wards. Chilanga District Commissioner David Shellen was impressed with the large turnout of participants.
This agriculture show is not just a showcase of livestock, crops, and machinery. It is a testament to the hard work, passion, and resilience of farmers across the region, particularly in our district. It's a platform for us to come together, to share knowledge, to learn from one another, and to celebrate our shared heritage.
Chilanga Town Council Chairperson Champion Tembo says the local authority seeks to ensure more farmers have access to empowerment funds.
By prioritizing farming and livelihood projects under our Constituency Development Fund, CDF, Chilanga Town Council has identified innovative agricultural cooperatives that have introduced new technologies in agriculture and is continuously supporting them to ensure their growth and sustainability. To improve the food security situation and reduce poverty in this district, we plan to expand the reach of these innovations in this district to ensure that more farming cooperatives are accessing empowerment, grants and loans, and embracing a shift from subsistence farming to agribusiness.
District Shore Society Chairperson had this to say.
Faced with a very serious drought, and because of that our farmers faced serious challenges to the extent that we didn't know that they would come at all. Join me in thanking our farmers who have come in large numbers, and these are the farmers that I want to consider as being very, very resilient They have made it to the show because they produced something amidst all the challenges that we faced. This is wonderful, and this is how it should be.
The District Agriculture and Commercial Show was running under the theme Creating a Competitive Future. Nkweto Kapekele, Zanis, Chilanga.
In other news, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gary Nkombo says government through the local authorities has intensified efforts to prevent the spread of diseases in communities. Mr. Nkombo says government will continue to facilitate clean and healthy settlements and enforce public health regulations. He said this in a speech read on his behalf by his Permanent Secretary for Administration.
A clean environment is key to the existence and survival of all citizens in every country. This is because a clean environment reduces pollution, protects endangered species, and helps preserve the Earth's natural resources. This is why the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Administration was at City Market to officiate and engage with marketeers on the importance of a clean and safe environment.
Sensitization campaign, therefore, could not have come at a better time as it complements our ongoing efforts, particularly under the Keep Zambia Clean, Green and Healthy campaign, an initiative designed to inspire a change of mindset with our communities towards the significance of maintaining a clean, green, and healthy environment.
And an environmental activist who was the organizer of the Environmental Health Awareness Campaign called on the marketeers to practice friendly waste disposal.
So to feel to making sure that place you ilishani, ili clean, ili ya busaka. Ichi tuletere kuno busaka. Because cleanliness is life. Without cleanliness, there is no life. Ngatulesha obusale potuleka le potulesha tuishiboko bati uli omwana okalwala limbi okalwala mwana bilimbi mwishikuluwe uwalenga vilani nani ni imwe na ine so imwe na ine tatusunga bwino enchende Yesu isu iyawe.
Meanwhile, marketeers at the City Market thank government and the stakeholders for the sensitization. For Zanis in Lusaka.
Plan International Zambia has donated 700 desks to schools in Mansa and Chembe districts. The donation is one of the build-up of activities making the commemoration of the International Day of the African Child, which falls on June 16th. Betsheba Katebe has more in this report.
As the country prepares to commemorate the Day of an African Child, which falls on June 17 every year, Plan International Zambia has embarked on activities to promote the African child. Among such activities, the organization has donated 700 desks to schools in Mansa and Chembe districts in Luapula province. Mansa District Commissioner Irene Chivweta has since flagged off the distribution of desks in Mansa.
Following the introduction of the free education policy, our schools have recorded very high school enrollment, resulting in shortage of desks and classrooms in most schools. It is aware of this situation and is working with various stakeholders including Plan International, to ensure our pupils have a conducive learning environment. Plan International has so far supplemented government efforts this financial year by providing desks we are handing over today. As a government, we would like to thank you, Plan International, for this kind gesture.
Plan International Zambia Luapula Program Unit Manager Dennis Majila highlights on the gesture by the organization.
These 700 desks are to benefit schools within Mansa and Kembe districts. It is a lead-up or a build-up activity to the commemoration of the Day of the African Child. The Day of the African Child celebrates children in Africa and Zambia in particular, and it provides an opportunity to introspect towards the commitments and the numerous challenges that children in Luapula province face.
The Provincial Education Office in Luapula Province and pupils are happy with the gesture.
Indeed, the donation of these desks to our schools has gone a long way in alleviating the challenges that we have been facing in terms of delivery of quality education. So the gesture that is coming from Plan International is really appreciated by our office.
This remarkable gesture is a testament to the power of community and the willingness of individuals to make a positive impact on the lives of the children. This will greatly improve learner attendance and academic performance.
Betre Bakatebe reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District in Luapula Province.
Now, while government and its partners have made strides in ensuring the re-entry into school for girls who fall prey to teen pregnancies and early marriages, stigmatization is threatening the success recorded. Here are the details by Henry Imonde.
When you get pregnant, don't feel shy to come at school, because now, myself, I'm 22 years, but I'm in grade 9. Penamba school, my friend was laughing me. Why are you, why to school?
This is the experience of Matilda Nyambe, a grade 9 pupil at Maombwe Basic School in Kalomo District, who has suffered stigma after returning to school from a pregnancy-induced withdrawal. This tale is similar to other re-entered girls. Consequently, the Forum for African Women Educationalists of Zambia, FAWEZA, wants the matter addressed in order to encourage more girls to return to school.
Boys and girls who are here, your friends who re-enter, those who have babies, accept them. Are we together? Give them the support. Don't laugh at them. You don't even know why they got pregnant. Because looking at this age, I don't think your minds have formed for you to make a decision. This is why we have to support you. FAWEZA, through the Break Free program, is supporting those girls with finances for uniform, for shoes, and books.
FAWEZA has trained some guidance teachers and community members to offer various forms of support to the re-entered girls.
FAWEZA has taken the approach of selecting guidance and counseling teachers in schools. In the 15 schools that we're working in, we have trained 2 guidance and counseling teachers, that is a female and a male. Guidance and counseling teachers meet with the girls and try to give them some motivation, and they also have an opportunity to talk to the other learners to reduce stigma in school. We have also gone a step further to train community members through a structure that we're calling the community action groups. So we have 5 females, that is from the community, and 5 males. These females make up what we call the mother mentors. So when they are out of school, these girls are also being mentored at home by the structures that we have also trained.
Henry Himonde for Zanis in Kalomo District, Southern Province.
We continue with the news, and now on our health segment. The Ministry of Health says new HIV infections among the youth remain a source of concern in the country. Speaking during the first ever Youth Health Indaba in Mongwe District, Clinical Care Officer Sinclair Piri has called for a multi-sectoral approach to bring down the disease burden. More in the following report.
The continued rise of new HIV infections and teenage pregnancies in adolescents is a serious concern that calls for a multi-sectoral approach to address the vices. This is why the Ministry of Health in Mongwe District held a youth indaba to interrogate issues affecting adolescents. Mongwe District Administrative Officer Remy Kawembe officially opened the health indaba held at Ilanfia Rest House in Mongwe District.
Research has shown that the number of young people with HIV infection is due to double in Africa by 2050. In order to prevent this, increased efforts will be needed to avoid new infections among adolescents and young people from rising.
District Clinical Care Officer Sinclair Piri represented the District Health Director.
We are having rising numbers of unwanted pregnancies, teen pregnancies that have been increasing. So we want to engage youths so that we try by all means to reduce the rising numbers of HIV infections in our youths and also unwanted pregnancies.
The youths were given an opportunity to express themselves.
That's the biggest challenge we are facing. We are unable to, we are shying away all because of the same thing. We are unable to stand because when we go there, we are not maybe I can even find my dad there, or I found my no matter.
The indaba was held under the theme Enhancing Prevention Through Meaningful Adolescent and Young People's Engagement, Innovation and Leadership. Helen Walia reporting for Zanis in Mongwe District, Northern Province.
Adaptive Leadership Zambia has concluded the implementation of its 2 years project in Solwezi District with a call on stakeholders to embrace and openly share information on sexual reproductive health issues among adolescents. Speaking during the project implementation closing meeting with stakeholders, District Manager Nicholas Samapimbi says this will help to raise awareness and reduce cases of new HIV infections in the country. Mr. Samapimbi says sexual reproductive health discussions should be encouraged in homes, churches, and communities for the country to win the fight against new HIV infections among adolescents. And speaking at the same event, Solwezi District HIV Committee Vice President David Manda commended Adaptive Leadership Zambia management for making efforts in raising awareness on issues of sexual reproductive health.
What was there then, when you look at the diagnostic study that we did, there was an issue which came out to say parents, okay, are not able to share, to sit and talk about reproductive health issues with their children. What was the objective? The objective was to encourage sexual reproductive health discussions in the homes, in the churches, and in the communities. Okay? We wanted really to strengthen that relationship whereby our parents are able to talk to their children about these issues. Also the church, if the church is able also to incorporate those issues in their schedules, whatever the service, okay. Then also just in the communities, okay. There are certain communities where, because of certain norms, they don't allow such issues to be discussed.
But as we go on to the second phase, which they have announced to say they will start, the starting of a new phase begins on our support.
Nakonde District Education Board Secretary Hitami Kala has called on parents and community leaders to create a conducive environment that encourages young people to freely share their health concerns. Mr. Kala said this when he opened the 2024 District Adolescent Indaba. Here is a report.
The Ministry of Health and its stakeholders, such as the Ministry of Education, are actively promoting platforms that provide young people with an opportunity to discuss their health needs. This is why over 50 young people and adolescents in Nakonde district of Mchinga province converged for a one-day district adolescent health indaba in Nakonde. Nakonde District Education Board Secretary Hitami Kala graced the occasion.
As we gather here, we must confront some pressing health issues facing our adolescents. In 2023 alone, sexually transmitted infections, STIs, accounted for 36% of the total cases recorded in our district. Additionally, teen pregnancy stands at 22%. We are actively collaborating with the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Gender Education, recognizing that many of our adolescents are of school-going age. This partnership is vital. Integrating health education into school curriculum ensures that younger people receive essential knowledge and skills to make informed decisions about their health.
Meanwhile, Check-up 2 Nakonde Center highlights programs being offered to the young people.
As Check-up 2 here in Nakonde, we are working with adolescent boys and young men. So what we did is we working with the Ministry of Youth and Sport through Football Association of Zambia. We trained some coaches here in Nakonde.
And in giving a vote of thanks, Alex Mukonda thanked the organizers for the knowledge that has been imparted in young people.
I just want to appreciate the team for allowing us to come to this place in order to be educated in one way or the other, because it's not easy for us to know all the knowledge that have been imparted in this place.
Reporting for Zanis in Nakonde, I am Joseph Lisulo.
Choma District Commissioner Gamela Sikalea has expressed concern over the high numbers of substance abuse and illicit activities among youths in the area. Mr. Sikalea said this during the official opening of the Adolescent Health Indaba held in Choma District. Peter Piri has more in this report.
They have come together from different parts of Choma District in Southern Province to attend the District Adolescent Health Indaba. The Youth Health Indaba has been called to discuss challenges the young people are facing in the district. Least behaviors among the youths among the subject of discussion. Government is concerned over the high numbers of youths indulging themselves in substance abuse and illicit sex.
One of the most pressing issues we must confront is the alarming rate of teenage pregnancies in our district. Currently, it is standing at 26.1%. How do we reverse these teenage pregnancies? The other problem that we are looking at is the rise in substance and alcohol abuse among our youths. I was saying that the report that I got to is that we have some kind of alcohol which is manufactured by our own youths. And we have reports that we have lost about 8 of them and about 11 have gone blind. These are the 2 issues that brought us here.
A traditional leader has urged the youth to prioritize their education and venture in various productive activities.
You know, in Zambia, what I believe in, 10, 15 years from now, if you are not educated, you'll be nowhere. So those youth that may have dropped out of school, maybe at grade 7, grade 9 level, please come forward, apply, do a skill, then that skill will help you in life.
Meanwhile, Choma District Health Office has expressed concern over the incidence of sexually transmitted diseases among the youths.
The syphilis is at number 3. Quite high numbers of syphilis cases in the district. 208 just for Q1 2024.
Reporting for Zanis in Choma, Peter Piri.
Lastly, in health news, National Water Supply and Sanitation Council Chief Inspector Peter Mtale says the End Open Defecation program being implemented in some chiefdoms in Eastern Province is key in accelerating rural sanitation coverage. Mr. Mtale says the program is instrumental towards accelerating Sustainable Development Goal Number 6 that seeks to end open defecation by 2030. Here is the rest of the story.
Ministry of Water and Sanitation, working with Eastern Water and Sanitation Company, Lomezi District Water and Sanitation Committee, with the support from World Vision in Chikomeni and Chitungulu chiefdoms, are implementing the community-led total sanitation program that seeks to end open defecation by the end of this year. In Chitungulu chiefdom, trigger sessions have been held to make people aware of the importance of having a toilet and its relevance towards combating waterborne diseases such as cholera. The message on the need to have a toilet has been well received by the community members.
Tizakwaniriza osalepera ndondomeko zamene tizafakapo chakuti ngati sazakwanisa kufika pali ijade ya August kuno tizampasa punishment. So mkuyopa icho aliyese munthu amankhala na mantha kulingana kuti kuno kupalasi sitimachitira chinthu mwina timafuna chamene tachita chinkhale cha chilungamo ndino kwaniriza.
Eastern Province Department of Water Community Development Expert Alan Siwila is confident that Chitungulu Chiefdom will soon be declared open defecation free.
We realize that Chief Chitungulu is one of those chiefdoms that is actually lagging behind in terms of sanitation. And we have the report which indicates that the sanitation status for coverage as it is now, it is standing at the 47%, which is not very okay to our part. So we felt it's just important that it becomes one of those with the view that we have this chiefdom of attain ODF.
National Water Supply and Sanitation Council, Mwasco Chief Inspector Peter Mtale, says the community-led total sanitation project has been instrumental in accelerating rural sanitation coverage.
They have been doing this work in Eastern Province and the Eastern Water and Sanitation Company to ensure that their chiefdoms they stop practicing open defecation. So what that means is that once this is done, there will be toilets that will be constructed. And once these toilets are constructed, as long as these are improved toilets, NWASCO will be able to consider them as part of sanitation coverage under Eastern Water and Sanitation Company.
For now, we can only hope that the two chiefdoms in Lomezi district will join others that have been declared open defecation free in various parts of the country. Patrick Soko, Zanis News, Lomezi district, Eastern Province.
Ndola City Council has commended youths in the district for holding a successful debate with the aim of sensitizing the public on the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Ndola City Council Assistant Director Planning Tasasa Mlenga pointed out that the junior parliamentary debate held in the district highlights young people's concerns about national matters affecting the community with regards to usage of CDF. Ms. Mlenga was speaking during a Jubilee Center Junior Parliamentary debate at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola.
Young people from 4 constituencies in Ndola district, namely Chifubu, Ndola Central, Bwanamkubwa, and Kabushi constituencies, have met at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium to debate on constituency development funds.
Mr. Speaker, as government in your August House, we have presented a mistress statement in which we have highlighted the importance of using conservation agriculture. We have also spoken about how a woman's initiative funded by the CDF has helped to combat malnutrition in Chilulu and Masaiti district. In the same breath, we have also emphasized the importance of indigenous seed varieties, which are not only resilient but also drought resistant.
Ndola City Council Assistant Director Planning is elated by the deliberations.
I wish to congratulate Jubilee Center and all the participants for the successful event taking place today. Well done. This is a very important activity because it shows that young people are key in developmental issues, including matters regarding CDF that affect the communities. It has been established. The purpose for this debate is to highlight the key role CDF plays in our country today. CDF empowers the community through community projects such as health centers, market shelters, classrooms, desks, police posts, community centers, among others. Recently, government directed councils to ensure that the disaster component of CDF should be dedicated to community resilience building activities against climate change. Government in the same circular has directed that 50% of loans and grants should be channeled to projects addressing climate change resilience.
Jubilee Center Chief Executive Officer, who is the main sponsor of the event, highlights the need to empower youths.
The capacity of these young minds shows what is possible when we choose to be intentional about mentoring the youth in Zambia. And for me, I'm just grateful that we've been able to continue pushing this notion forward. As JC, we have 4 main areas that we focus in as we work with our communities. That's training, educating, advocating, and growing. So please think of, when it comes to CDF, helping us with more training for young people to increase their capacities to know these methodologies, as well as helping with animal passing, so that we are doing animal passing right now, but increasing that capacity so more people can have animals that can be able to help them make compost as well within their own communities. And this will help us with food production, as well as unemployment reduction, and just helping people in the country.
There is need for stakeholders to come up with such initiatives to help the public have adequate information on constituents' development funds. Jacqueline Moba, Zanis, in Ndola.
The International Crane Foundation, with financial support from its cooperating partner Elephant Church, has embarked on community engagement through sports to inculcate the need for natural resources and biodiversity conservation among communities living in the Kafue River Plains. International Crane Foundation Community Relations Manager David Banda says sports activities are an effective tool to encourage conservation's effort on the biodiversity in the Kafue River Plains. And Chief Hamusonde, who witnessed the sports activities, thanked the foundation for the initiative.
Cardinal for mental and physical well-being. Here in Monze, the International Crane Foundation has incorporated sports as part of its conservation efforts in restoring the Kafue Flats biodiversity. International Cranes Foundation Community Relations Manager David Banda now explains the objective of Sports for Conservation initiative.
The International Crane Foundation, we've signed an agreement with government to co-manage the 2 parks, Blue Lagoon and the Lochinver National Parks. So in that agreement, it's a 20-year agreement, and with that, we saw it fit that in that 20-year agreement, or 20-year presence in the Kafue Flats, it will require not only things of law enforcement and maybe research alone, it will require making this good relationship with the community. And the relationship that we're making with the community, because the community are surrounding the park and they're the custodians of the natural resources that we have just here in the park. I should say that right now around the Kafue Flats, we are working with 20 schools so far surrounding the national parks, both Blue Lagoon and Lochinver. And we plan, of course, to expand. Those are not the only schools. And in this partnership with the Department of National Parks and Wildlife, as well as WWF, we are looking forward to working with all the communities around the Kafue Flats in this manner, where we together we are able to work towards the same vision. And our vision for the Kafue Flats is we want it to be a thriving wetland for all.
Chief Hamsonde witnessed the sports for conservation activities.
Atubalumbe iba International Crane Foundation. Kambo bajiyaya. Otherwise, no batalimba bo next 10 years go wajini chobatalikawa nojali kuhikira ugo wahamanga amubona nanja bwabola wabola limu wakwitala wabola ma 1000 sali kono ndamba uti ma 1000 sali kono kwali kuhebo chase hendi.
But Mr. Banda also highlighted some stumbling blocks in the effective natural resource restoration efforts in the Kafue floods.
The locals, others are so selfish that they would want to go and illegally harvest some of those natural resources like animals, especially the lecheways, as well as trees. So going forward, we're actually also working hard, trying to find some other sponsors to help also alleviate some of this poverty and find some alternative livelihoods to the communities around.
Frederick Macha for Zanis News in Monze District, Southern Province.
Finally, in sports news, Football Association of Zambia FAS General Secretary Ruben Kamanga says the development of youth football is key to improving the standards of the sport in the country. Kamanga was speaking when he graced the launch of the Zambia Football Championship, a forthcoming tournament for academies that is being organized by Elite Stars Football Academy.
Lusaka-based Football Academy Elite Stars have launched a tournament dubbed the Zambia Football Championship. Slated for Queensmead Stadium in Lusaka, the two-day tournament will run from June 29 to June 30. The tournament will attract participation from 5 different age categories for both boys and girls. Elite Stars chairperson took time to shed more light on the forthcoming tournament.
This tournament that we have running on the 29th and 30th of June, we have 13 Lusaka-based academies taking part and 44 local teams, right? So we have 5 different age groups, and we have an age group for our young ladies, right, with the hope of having another Barbara Banda and Rachel Kundananji.
Football Association of Zambia FAS General Secretary Ruben Kamanga, who graced the launch, urged the academy to take advantage of the local football governing body's resolve to develop youth football.
Already the structured league that is running in all the provinces, but we consider academies as an important element in our football development. Urge you, Chairman, to work closely with the technical department so that we can assist in the development of talent that you're already doing. We can support with equipment.
Financial Services International, FSI Outsourcing, which is the sponsor of the tournament, stated that the firm was pleased to be associated with the development of youth football.
Deciding on whether or not to sponsor this launch and the championship was not a difficult decision. I therefore thank all the cooperating partners with whom we've joined forces to make this come to fruition today. We remain committed to seeing that this grows even bigger.
Endeavor to bring about youth development in the society through sports and through football. You see it as grassroots being key and important. And we need you in this field because your guiding eye is what we need for guidance, because there's a lot of academies out there that do need help.
Mtalakani for Zanis News in Lusaka.
As we end the news, a reminder of the top stories that made headlines. The Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission has warned loan defaulters. Government intensifies efforts to promote environmental health. Plan International donates 700 desks. And Football Association of Zambia calls for development for youth football. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team and my sign language interpreter, Jennifer Shailonda, my name is Nora Chimupi. Pleasant viewing.